Good afternoon and happy Friday. Well, unfortunately, the market failed to hang on to gains we saw earlier on in the day. The ASX 200 was down 6 points, or 0.1%, finishing up at 6,234, the fourth time this week that the market has fallen back. In the mid-session video, I did actually discuss that the improvement seemed a little vulnerable at that point, partly because the banks and the miners were heading in the same direction, and that was down. And if anything, those losses accelerated this afternoon. That was enough to push the market into negative territory. So it's been quite a shaky start to the month of August so far. The market did improve on one occasion earlier in the week, but we're only up by a couple of points. And today, as I said, the miners were a major weight. Rio Tinto has really fallen heavily in the last couple of sessions, down 6% actually on Thursday and Friday combined. One reason for that is on Wednesday, after market close, it released some profit results, which largely seemed to underwhelm investors. So its shares were down. BHP also not doing so well. Its shares were down. Workers at its Escondida copper mine in Chile voted in favour of taking strike action. The price of gold, also the lowest it's been at in approximately a year. This is despite the heightened US-China trade tensions, so that hasn't really been supporting the price of the precious metal. If anything, it's been strengthening the US dollar as well, and that's seen some commodity prices coming under pressure. So companies like Newcrest Mining did a little tough today. The big banks down by as much as 1.2% ahead of CBA's profit results mid next week. In company news, A2 Milk strengthened its relationship with one of its suppliers, Synlait Milk, spending about 160 million New Zealand dollars to buy another 8% stake in the dairy processor. Pilbara Minerals was the best improver, it rose 7%. There were some positive results from a feasibility study which basically supported the expansion of one of its lithium mines. ResMed was up slightly after announcing a 12% lift in its revenue. And on the economic front, we had an update on retail spending for the month of June. A little better than expected, 0.4% lift in spending, almost a 3% improvement over the past year. And I think the competition we've had recently has basically meant that retailers have been unable to raise prices that they're charging customers, and maybe that's been enticing some of those consumers into their stores and also online. So helping some of the retailers improve today. Elsewhere, looking forward to tonight, quite a busy session, but really it's all going to come down to an update on jobs in the US. The Aussie dollar finally weaker at 73.6 US.